All right, let's get right into it. We all have a smartphone, right? It's our everything, our connection to the world, our camera, our entertainment. But what if that sleek device, the one that's probably in your pocket or on your desk right now, is quietly doing something, well, kind of profound to your brain? Today, we're going to dig into the pretty startling idea of the digital lobotomy.
Okay, let's kick things off with a quote that sounds, frankly, unbelievable. I want you to really let this sink in. We're not talking about getting distracted by a notification or falling down a social media rabbit hole. No, the source material we're looking at argues that just having your phone near you, even if it's turned off, screen down, not making a sound, can seriously mess with your ability to think. It's a crazy claim, and it's the mystery we're unpacking today.
And this effect is described as a silent thief. It's not something that kicks down the door and announces itself. It's this quiet, sneaky process that isn't just stealing your attention for a moment, but is potentially taking something way more fundamental. We're talking about a real, measurable impact on your core abilities to just think.
And this is where the whole thing gets really wild. We're moving beyond psychology and into actual biology. This isn't just about feeling some brain fog or being a little unfocused. The source points to evidence of actual physical changes happening inside your head. Yeah, we're talking about key parts of your brain literally getting smaller.
So to really get what's at stake here, we have to talk about gray matter. This stuff is basically the command center. It's handling your memory, your emotions, how you make decisions, your self-control. This is the very hardware that makes you, you. Gray matter is the engine of your personality.
And working right alongside it is the hippocampus. Now, if gray matter is the processor, you can think of the hippocampus as your brain's save button. It is absolutely critical for taking experiences and turning them into long-term memories. Every new skill you pick up, every important moment you want to remember, it all gets filed away thanks to the hippocampus.
Which brings us to the main scientific claim from our source. And it's a gut punch. The connection is direct and, well, it's pretty concerning. Heavy, chronic smartphone use is linked to lower volumes of gray matter and a smaller hippocampus. Just let that sit for a second. The very device we count on for everything might be physically shrinking the parts of our brain we need to learn, remember, and even control ourselves.
That's a huge finding for sure, but what does a few cubic millimeters of brain tissue really mean in the real world? Okay, so we know what's happening inside our skulls, but how is that actually changing how we live, how we interact, and how our society works? As you're about to see, the impact on the outside is just as big as it is on the inside.
And this brings us to a major social consequence that the source points to, the loneliness epidemic. It sounds like a total paradox, doesn't it? We are the most hyper-connected generation in human history, yet we're also reportedly the loneliest. The source suggests that is absolutely not a coincidence.
So how does this even happen? Well, it all starts with the algorithms. They're designed to build a perfect little reality just for you. Your feed, your recommended videos, your news. This creates what the source calls hyper-individualism. We each end up living inside our own personalized bubble, and that naturally detaches us from the messy, shared, real world. The end result? This massive, modern epidemic of loneliness.
And here's a really important piece of the puzzle. This isn't some accident. It's not a bug in the system that nobody saw coming. The argument is that we are literally trapped by design. We're caught in this self-feeding loop that was created by the very technology we use every single day. Let's just walk through this vicious cycle together. So, step 1, the algorithms create our custom-made bubbles. Step 2, this pulls us away from real-world, face-to-face stuff. Step 3, that detachment leads to this constant, low-grade feeling of being isolated. And then, here's the kicker, step 4, living in that isolated state makes us hyper-vigilant. We're constantly on edge, just waiting for the next ping, the next notification, the next little digital hit to feel connected again.
So what's the end game here? Where does this cycle lead? The final picture painted by the source material is pretty sobering. It's an entire generation defined by this state of being chronically isolated, and yet, at the same time, perpetually on high alert, constantly plugged in, but feeling deeply alone.
Which brings us to one last personal question. I want you to actually try this right now. Look at your phone or whatever screen you're watching this on. Now, look away from it. Just look at something in the room around you. Can you feel that? That little pull, that subtle cognitive itch to look back at the light? What is that feeling really telling you about what that device is doing to your brain?